The world feels weird and it can be directly explained through video games. Like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 7 are only similar in name. The concept of video games is not the same. They want to convince you it's the same, but it's not the same. One of my best friends of all time was the greatest Halo player at one point, #1. And he was telling me the other day, man, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the kids today. They waxed me. And I'm like, they wouldn't. If they went back into your time frame, they wouldn't be able to do what you did. Because in order to be #1 at Halo, you had to just understand how that game was set up. There were no updates, right? You had to understand the intangibles. You had to understand why the pistol was better than the machine gun. You had to understand how to play the angles. Because the angles were always the same, you had to be the best at what were the mechanics of the game. In today's game, it's all about playing with your brain. It's about creating a new meta that makes it impossible for you to beat a person. And then they break the game and then they need to fix it. And then you go and watch a YouTube video to learn the new metas as the new update comes out. That's like 50 gigs. Me and the homies sat out at midnight for Black Ops 3 with a Mountain Dew, citrus cherry, took the game home and balled out. My brother got Black Ops 7 and had like a 200 gigabyte update he had to do when he got home. And we're gonna have a new map come out. And there was a time where you knew that you needed to sub Cephalosha for James Harden. You had to have friends who you could trade Pokemon to, who you could trust enough to trade the Pokemon back, because otherwise you could never actually get that Pokemon to evolve. And that also required a cord. That meant you had to have a friend that you were allowed to spend time with who also had Pokemon games that were the exact same as yours that you could then trade with so that your Kadabra could become an Alakazam. There was a period of time where what mattered most was to put out the most complete thing possible so that people would love it. Black Ops 3 was a complete game. It was absolutely incredible. Not only did you play the same game over and over again, but you needed to level up so that you could prestige back over and over and over again until you got Master Prestige. You stayed up all night in the same room with the homies in the dorm room to play zombies. There was connection. There was realness. There was growth. Now everything is separated. People are in their own spaces, paying exorbitant amounts of money for things that are never finished and are almost always broken, but they carry the same name. What the algorithm doesn't understand is that we didn't wait in line for the Foot Locker just for the shoes. We didn't just wait in line for the game just for the game. It was about the story. It was about waiting in line with the homies. It was about meeting new people who also loved the same things as you. It's about like the lifelong friendships and the hunt. It was about the new thing that nobody could have expected that we would have loved. But an algorithm looks at the past and says we should just make another pair of Concords. We should do another pair of Fire Red 5s. We should do a Black Ops 8 rather than creating the next new amazing thing that we can love. And that's why things feel so freaking weird.